Welcome to another episode of Mindset 101. Today I wanted to cover one of the most frequently asked questions over the course of my streaming career, which is, Neuro, how do you overcome ladder anxiety? And it's a good question because it's a real feeling that people have because we care about our social status and our rank in society and in a video game. And the way to liberate yourself from this fear, this anxiety that prevents you from moving forward, is to think about what you stand to gain and what you stand to lose. Let's look at StarCraft II Legacy of the Void here. You've got a bunch of different menus up here at the top. We're in the versus 1v1, which many people consider to be the scariest part of this whole video game. And this orange button is particularly scary. And you might say, well, why is it scary to people, Neuro? It's because they might lose imaginary internet points. So let's just put that out there. You stand to lose, by clicking ranked ladder, your imaginary internet points. And these internet points cannot be spent on things such as groceries or rent. So they are, for the most part, imaginary. They do represent skill, but it's not as though you're losing anything really tangible by losing a match. Maybe you lose 15 MMR, maybe you lose 45 if you were heavily favored to win. But you don't really stand to lose that much. So in that sense, you don't really have too much to be afraid of. What you stand to gain by clicking this button is a lot more comprehensive than what you stand to lose, because you are, by confronting your ladder anxiety and overcoming it, you are building willpower for yourself. You're building resilience and toughness, and you are reminding yourself that you have the strength to go through a place of anxiety and stress and to press on despite that. Because if you have the courage to ladder, that means you are gaining in your practice volume, you are gaining in your exposure to complex situations, you are working out your brain by setting yourself to a difficult task, you are also cultivating a community by allowing other people to ladder. You are laddering. That's really cool. If no one laddered, there's no competition, so it is required that someone else must also be brave enough to press this button. Another thing that you gain is your ability to handle stress and still make decisions. StarCraft and many other competitive games are by their nature stressful because your opponent is trying to stress you out of the match. If you can agree to this arena, if you can accept the terms, then it's not really too scary, because all the scariness that you feel by clicking this button, your opponent feels it too. So you are basically, the way that I see it, you're agreeing to be put into a situation that is somewhat nerve-wracking, that is highly stressful, and that is very complicated. And with all those factors, you're going to make lots of mistakes. So what I would say before you commit to clicking the button is just remember to forgive yourself for the mistakes. Know that it's a really nice opportunity to get to play a video game for fun, so you have gratitude. And then think about, what is my goal for this session? Do I want to work on a build or a style? Because if you have goals that are not contingent upon victory, then it's like putting in laps in a swimming pool rather than trying to show off to someone. You don't ladder because you're trying to show off to someone right now. You ladder because you're trying to endeavor upon a skill set. And that is something that you can take away from StarCraft II and apply toward other things in your life. That's a huge reason why gaming can be used as a really nice arena for mental toughness and multitasking and just being able to face competition and remain calm and try to execute a plan and then adjust that plan. We develop lots of really cool life skills in games if we have the courage to enter into this kind of competitive arena. Think about all of your ancestors, everyone who fought and toiled and tilled the land just to try to survive. They went through some crap so that you could exist today with the comforts of the 21st century. So you do not need to be afraid at all of a shiny orange button with a star on it, because no one gives two craps about your rank, and for you to put in 10 games and lose all 10 is more valiant than to not queue at all because you're scared and not lose any MMR. It's more valiant to lose 10 games of MMR than it is to be too scared to ladder at all. So don't think about your win-loss whenever you're about to play. Think about, what is my practice volume? What do I have time for today? If I have time to play StarCraft for an hour, then I can play matches until the hour is expired. Who cares what the win-loss is? You have gained 1 hour of experience. That's powerful. So take control of the situation. Don't let the little anxiety monster spook you away from clicking this button. It's really not that scary. People are going to attack you and do builds, but all of their builds have flaws, which means if you have the focus to study the matches, you will learn at a rapid pace. I challenge you, if you struggle with ladder anxiety, think about what you stand to lose and think about what you stand to gain. There is so much more to gain by engaging in competition than what you stand to lose. So be brave, stop messing around, and just click the heckin' button a few times and watch your improvement grow. This is Mindset 101, a quick one on ladder anxiety. Thank you.